this video a thumbs up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Tim and this is Tim the Trailman, and today I've got a special guest, my friend Taylor.
Hey.
We're going to do a full walk around of her vehicle. We're going to talk to her about what got her into overlanding and camping. We're going to talk about any advice that she has for women that want to get into overlanding and camping, places that she has gone, and her favorite places that she's looking forward to going as well. So without further ado, Taylor, thank you for hanging out with us this morning and doing this walk around. So tell me about your Toyota Tacoma.
Okay, this is my 2016 Toyota Tacoma. It is a limited, which means it doesn't have lockers. That's like the biggest thing people get like psyched out about. They're like, you don't have lockers? No, I don't. I just have 4 high, 4 low. We go everywhere. Dobinson MRR suspension in the front. That's been a dream. I love it. And in the back I have Ironman constant load leaf springs with the Bilstein extended travel shocks. So basically I have like a almost long travel setup without like the long travel maintenance, which is, I love it. I run the Falcon Wild Peak AT3Ws on it right now, which are awesome. They're my 3rd set of Wild Peaks and I swear by them. Like when people ask for my tire recommendation, I'm like do the Wild Peaks, like you won't regret it. And no one has who's taken my advice. I got a roof rack, it's just Sherpa roof rack. I liked it just because it was thicker than a lot of the other roof racks on the market at the time. And I have these handles from, they might be called something different now, but Tacoma Twins is what they were when I bought them. Bumper that was custom. Eventually I'd like to like change it and get a C4 bumper. I have extreme LED ditch lights that I love because they have a lifetime warranty on them, which is why I got them, because I'm like, I had bad experiences with stuff leaking, so extreme LED. My snorkel's just from eBay. I think I paid like $100 for it. I was like, I didn't really care for the name brand. Oh, I got sliders. These are from a company that shut down. They were based out of New York, but Explore Overland. I like my sliders. They've been great. They've been good to me. I have a Midland 275 radio, which I love. It reaches really, really far. Like on and off trail, like open land, I had it reach 5 miles, and on trail, I've had it reach a mile or 2. Like I love this radio, like swear by Midland. Inside I have like a dash plate. So like I have a nice setup on the front. I have a dash plate that has spots that I can plug cords into. So instead of having like cords draping across my screen while I'm driving, it's just like right there, which I'm sure y'all will see a clip of. And I have a RAM mount to hold my phone. It's the only thing that hasn't like flung my phone at me on the trail. I have a dash mat, just because it's easier to clean than like trying to get in the cracks sometimes on the dash. I just pull the mat out, I can shake it out, vacuum it, whatever. And
Taylor, out of all the vehicles that you could have picked for overlanding or off-roading, I think that you like more off-roading than necessarily overlanding, even though you do camp a lot. Why not a Jeep? Why not a 4Runner? Why not some other type of vehicle, maybe a Ford Bronco? Why the Toyota Tacoma?
Well, I'm a big fan of Toyotas. Like I'm a diehard Toyota girl. I'll probably always own a Toyota. Just I believe like their reliability. I believe I could put this thing through the ringer and it's still gonna turn over in the next morning, and like it's done that time and time again. I picked a Tacoma specifically. Growing up, I always wanted a pickup truck. I wanted to like have like the bed space because I've always also had dogs, so I wanted somewhere to like put trash or put muddy things or have a dog and it not be in my car. I know some people have the mats in the back of the 4Runners, but like it just, I don't know, it sounded like a lot of mess for me. So the truck fix like works with what I'm doing. And I feel like I have like more separation of like my spaces when I'm traveling too. I like having like the bed of the truck for like supplies I keep outside and like the cab to keep inside, and it's not like all intermeshed, and then I don't have to worry about my nice things getting dirty because I have the back seat that's separate from the truck. And
tell me again, what is the name of the truck?
I named it Dakota. It's one of the American Indian words for blue, so it's stuck.
That's cool. I didn't know. I didn't know that Dakota was the Indian word for blue.
Yeah.
You also run a couple other networks or programs or groups as well. You're in photography and on Facebook, and you also have your own YouTube channel. So tell me a little bit about those as well.
So you guys can find me on social media. I am Tay Wanders on both YouTube and Instagram. Primarily on Instagram, but I have been working on like reviving the YouTube channel. I post a lot like in the outdoor travel space. So like, you know, some people travel to like talk about destinations. I travel to get outside. Like I want to go hiking, I want to go camping, I want to go off-roading in these other new places. So that's a lot of what I talk about, is to help other people get outside in prettier places. So I'm Tay Wanders on YouTube, Tay Wanders on Instagram. I have a photography page. It's just Taylor Hutchison Photography on Facebook. That's like my other business. I work with Airbnbs. I do couples and people and interiors, all kinds of stuff.
Super cool. So we'll put all those links down in the description, so be sure to check those out as well. And so moving forward, we're going to talk about what got you into overlanding, off-roading. I think you do more off-roading than you do overlanding. And then what advice do you have for women getting into the hobby?
Yeah, so I actually got into off-roading. Like, I grew up riding four-wheelers and like driving like side-by-sides and that kind of stuff. But I always like had friends in like high school who were out in their 4Runners, like they're like old beat up 4Runners, like hitting these trails, and I'd see these videos on Instagram and I was like, I want to do that one day. And so finally when I was 20, I decided it was just time. I was gonna just try it and do it, and I bought this cheap Bilstein lift, and like the rear was on blocks for like 6 months, and I was like going out and hitting these like crazy trails with these groups, and they were like, they just assumed I'd been off-roading a long time, and I hadn't. But I kind of got into it like on a really cheap setup, and I didn't feel the need to be fancy. I was like, all right, well, while I'm learning, I don't really care if I break this. Like, it was $600 for my first lift kit, and it took me a long way. But since then, I got really into the off-road scene a couple years ago. But in the last 2-ish years, I've kind of gotten more into the overlanding side, and now I'm trying to set my truck up more for like long-term livability. Like, the biggest piece of advice I could give is just do it. Like, first of all, because one of my biggest fears when I was like getting into it, like, I know it's like a very male dominant like space and hobby, and getting into it, I wasn't afraid to ask questions. Like, if I didn't know something, instead of giving people that opportunity to make fun of me for not knowing, I just would ask them questions. And then it closed the door for judgment, because they can't judge me for wanting to know more. Instead, they're excited to like talk about more. And so like as a girl, I was able to learn a lot more, but also gain respect because I remained curious and like open to learning. And I didn't show up acting like I knew everything. I mean, like, I was confident in what I knew, but always open to learn more. And that was like, I feel like a big thing that helped me gain a lot of respect in the community. And now I don't feel like I have to like justify myself because I actually know a lot, but always asking questions is like a big thing.
Super cool. I think that's super great advice, just not for this hobby, but for anything that people want to get into. All right, so moving on to places that you've been, Taylor, and places that you would like to go. Let's go with top 3 places that you've been first, and then tell me 3 places that you would like to go, whether it be in the truck or not.
Well, top 3 places that I have been, I'll just keep it in the truck because we're talking about overlanding. It's probably Moab, Utah, which was like obviously like the off-road overland like hub, like incredible. Ouray, Colorado, that whole like the San Juan Mountains in western Colorado, incredible. So much scenery, so many trails. Like, it's just like it's a overlander's paradise. This summer I went to Bozeman, Montana, and I also kind of stopped through like Badlands National Park, which is like just inside South Dakota from Montana. Or yeah, like those areas were like incredible. Like, there were trails everywhere and so many campsites, and it was a lot of fun. It was beautiful. I feel like Bozeman itself is like a little hidden gem. Like, people know what Bozeman is, but they don't realize how much hiking and like off-roading and overlanding is like hidden there. It was really cool. It was beautiful.
I do recommend going to Bozeman in the summertime.
Yes.
The wintertime is probably a little bit different there with temperatures, but it would be cool to overland in the wintertime up north as well.
Yeah.
Top 3 places that you'd like to go.
Like to go. California, easily. There's a ton like off-road, overland, camp, explore, hike. Like California is like a state with everything. And I would love to spend some time there. Arizona, I want to, like, that would be like a designated, like, let's go beat our trucks out in the wild. Like that, I want to go to Arizona and wheel so bad. And probably Alaska. I've like watching the Expedition Overland like series on Alaska has like really inspired me. And I'd like flew to Alaska this summer and it was incredible. And now I'm like, oh, I want to take my truck there. Like driving up, camping, it would be amazing.
Well, that about wraps up the walk around here with Taylor. Taylor, thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning and giving me a tour of Dakota and telling me everywhere that you've been and the places that you want to go. I look forward to seeing the photos and the videos on Instagram and YouTube and your own photography website. If you'd like to see more content like this, hit that thumbs up button, that subscribe button, and thank you for watching. Okay, perfect. Does Taylor look tall? Okay, good. See, perfect. That's what people watch. They want to see this.
The face.
Mine specifically.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
I'm sitting here trying not to fidget. I'm like really focusing on like standing still.
It's just what we do.